IMO, I think we should watch Jurassic World instead, and whoa in N-bomb on turn 1. White plays a mistake here because maybe casual racism isn't the way to go about things. Black hits back with, whoa, I never gave you the pass, G, followed up with, Jurassic Park is poo. And this is where the rage bait begins. Mixing up World with Park is down to get White angry, making it a great move on the offense. It's World, and you did give me the pass. STFU is White's defense, which digs their coffin deeper. By correcting their opponent, White is showing the rage bait is working, and a quick lesson for you all. If you get given an end pass, it's not actually meant to be used. It's a quick basic chess rule. Come on now. Blunder. Black continues the attack by replying, well pass or not, we're watching Jurassic Park. Yet another great move is played here as Black ignores the correction to frustrate White even more. And it works as they respond with another goddamn N-word like a menace, followed by Jurassic Park and World are different things, are you f***ing stupid? It's not some hard concept. Oh boy, White fell for the rage bait quicker than a mouse falling for a mousetrap. It's kind of sad. Blunder, putting them in a much weaker position. Black puts the stake into the heart of White and says, it's not a hard concept, but Jurassic Park. It's a hard watch for sure. Which is, well, wrong. This is still peak rage bait though, and an excellent move. White starts with real. There's not much I can say to that. Book move, I guess. Black replies with, is that the only word you're gonna say tonight? And this is a reasonable question. It doesn't show anger, keeping them in a similar position to the opponent with a good move. White hits back with real, making it evident that this is rage bait, but it isn't the best attempt and is an inaccuracy. Only idiots get annoyed at the use of the same word multiple times. Who said Black wasn't an idiot though? Because they respond, dude, again, not showing any sign of anger, just confusion, which is another good move. I bet you can guess the next move. Oh wow, jackpot, it's f***ing real from White. Another inaccuracy because it hasn't worked so far, so why should it now? Finally, the game advances and Black replies with F you, letting down all of their ancestors. Black plays a blunder here because after holding on for so long, they finally expressed anger, giving the rage baiters some fun. White spots this and doesn't fix what isn't broken, so they use their signature move. Real. You can feel the anger seeping through the screen from Black, and White does very well to exploit this with an excellent move. So you don't want to mech? Okay, is Black's good move a response, but who the hell is mech and why is she being objectified like this? Black tries to trick their boyfriend into stopping the rage bait, as surely it can't go on like this, can it? White replies with real, and Black resigns from the relationship. White opens with, allegedly, you had a fight today, and this is a book move, stating something to get some form of conversation underway. Black replies, I didn't, but fairs IG. I wish I knew how true that was. Black plays a book move in return here, keeping the game equal. Let the rage bait commence. White hits back with didn't, asterisk, using one of the big three of rage bait. Correcting. This move has so much potential to make blood boil, but its only counter is the nerd emoji. Good move. Unfortunately, Black misses the counter and says, actually, end it, little bro, instead, and all that does is show the rage bait is working. Black puts themselves in a really weak position here and invites more pressure by missing the nerd emoji opportunity. This move is a miss. Allegedly, I don't want to, is White's response, which does as much for the conversation as the rook does for the early game in real chess. This is a waste of a move with so many better rage options, making it an inaccuracy. Black finally gets on the offense and says, you should, so finally I can grant them a good move. This move puts White on the back foot for the first time, and it will be interesting. White replies, you, asterisk, using the same method that initially pissed Black off, and it did the trick again as Black rage quits, aka resigns. Yo, Adam, I'm writing my essay, and I was wondering if you could go over my body paragraph, is White's opener, followed with the essay. White makes a simple request here and is very polite with it, so I have to render it as a good move. Black replies with, holy f***, that body of yours is absurd. I can laugh at a lot of jokes, but I think I would laugh harder at a joke from my father, who left me. Anyway, this is the shittiest and most unfunny attempt at rage bait yet, and a definite blunder. White begins with, what's Harry Potter's favorite way of getting down a hill? And I have a feeling this is the start to an intentionally bad joke to piss off the opponent. This is a great way to rage bait people and a great move. Black responds with 3 H's, IDK, how, question mark, which is a forced move trying to uncover the punchline. Walking, JK Rowling. I think I'm slowly losing my will to live in these videos. Since the rage bait of this terrible joke got at me, I have to call it an excellent move, but oh my lord, that was a dreadful move from White. Black closes with please lose my number, which is pretty fucking stupid considering there's a block number. Miss. The game opens with Mikaliro was slain by Tetraverse using box bracket, the box bracket. Philithe fell from a high place, which is a crazy betrayal assuming they were friends. White starts with LMAO, all uppercase, after slamming Mikaliro, which is toxic as hell and clearly trying to annoy them, which is a book move and rage bait. Black responds, bro, please give stuff back, that was a fair fight. Then gets rudely interrupted by Mikaliro being ripped to shreds by a zombie. It happens. They finish with, I would have won, join VC. And this kid is on another level of desperation. To be fair, if someone stole my shit in Minecraft, I'd be rage baited too. In fact, I'd hunt them down in real life. In game, for legal purposes. This is a blunder, though, because that is not how you respond to rage texting. No freaking way is the response from White, and thanks for keeping it PG with the freaking. YouTube might find it as an excuse to not pay me again, and the bill collector doesn't rest at night. Moving back on topic, White plays a brilliant move here by denying Black of their hard-earned loot. This kid, how low were you? You were so gone, so close to goon. Is Black's retaliation, and I'm gonna be real, White was not so gone because they won the fight. This is just cope from Black, who is clearly on a crasher with this huge mistake. Black replies with 2, which is actually quite a lot of health in Minecraft, so Black lost by a decent amount. This is a great move in hungling them. Black reflects on their loss, claiming, I had 7 gapples, which makes it even more embarrassing because how are you losing a fight with 7 golden apples in the inventory? That's like losing a fist fight with a goddamn AK-47. Blunder. White responds with, I had 5, meaning they won with 10 hearts left to spare. White can't stop embarrassing Black with this excellent move. I'm so mad, LMAO, your ass too, is Black's resignation statement, and nothing determines a successful rage bait more than the opponent saying, I'm so mad. That was a good game, and it was submitted on my Discord by Tetraverse, so join in the description to submit yours. You into cars, question mark? White plays the question mark gambit here by asking a question, and it is one of the most popular openings in the game. It's a book move, and there aren't many better ways to start a conversation. Black enters with, yes, it truly was a masterpiece of a film, which is obviously sarcastic rage bait because any normal person knows White was referring to literal Cars, and of course all of the Cars movies sucked, especially Cars 2. Sarcastic rage bait can work wonders though, so this is a good move. White corrects and replies, no, I mean like are you a car person, making things more specific. Me personally, cars are cool as shit though because having a good car equals good huzz. Which isn't cool as shit as this response though, the oral loss for having to correct yourself is immense and a definite mistake. I'm a human is Black's response, clearly trying to piss White off, and for most people this would be a brilliant finishing move. White mans up and aborts the game though, so it is a blunder. Should have done something more annoying. And if you fell for the Cars rage bait that I just did, like and subscribe. White kicks us off with, you're such a jerk, exclamation point, and hold on for a moment. I need some context. Who starts off a game by calling someone jerk? This must be their number 1 op. Inaccuracy. Black responds with your asterisk, and I can see exactly why this is White's number 1 op. I am praying for their downfall too. As annoying as it is, Black plays a great move on the attack here though, because grammatical correction is the big 3 of rage bait that I mentioned earlier. Unfortunately, my third leg is not in the big 3, likely the opposite end. White hits back with, OMG, you're so annoying, like a f***ing dumbass. This guy deserves the rage bait. The worst possible thing to do after being corrected on grammar is make the exact same grammatical mistake and claim you are annoyed. This is a rage baiter's dream response, which is why it's an outrageous move. Black corrects again by saying your asterisks, and I love this man's way of thinking. Absolute cinema and the best move in the situation. Don't fix what isn't broken. Stop doing that, you're making me mad, exclamation point. White plays a blunder and weakens their position on the board to a position of no escape. How can you make the same error 3 goddamn times? It is beyond me. It gets to a point. Again, you guessed it, Black says your asterisk, which is a brilliant move, but hopefully White fixes their errors once and for all. And they don't. Fine, exclamation point. I'm gonna slap your face, exclamation point. White seriously played an Uno reverse card and used the corrected your in the incorrect situation. I've met ants smarter than this guy, and bigger than my dick. Another blunder, and if this guy is above 130 elo, I am officially concerned. Black ends things with your asterisk, which caused White to resign the match, and thank the heavens for that. Chairs are LOKW cool is the opening from White, and you know what? I agree. We need more appreciation for chairs. How else are we supposed to sit whilst we all goon in unison? We. Anyway, this is LOWK, a good move. White hits back with, James, what the f have you messaged me this at 3:23 a.m.? And holy shit, I did not know this message took place at this ungodly hour. Who in their right mind appreciates chairs at 3 a.m.? I'm either fast asleep or getting random motivation bursts. In fact, I'm recording this during a 3 a.m. motivation burst right now. A reasonable call out from Black results in a great move. I amend my deep felty mistake, ... Chairs are high-key cool, is White's response, and the only thing high-key here is the person behind the phone, not the key, making this a miss. A better move would have been getting some rest like a normal human being. Black replies, bruh, you notified my phone, got me out of bed, and made me open my messages to read this shit, ? Black plays a horrific blunder here because not only do they have show anger, but they also did not know you can't mute a phone. Blaming someone else for having your phone notifications on at night is selfish. Or should I say, selfish? Get it? Cell phone. Anyway, White's next move is yup, and you're going to ... which is a really offensive move, acting as a threat towards Black in a brilliant move. White is not scared and can take anything, especially from behind. Black then makes a generational comeback with go back to bed, good night, knobhead, breaking free from the Ragebait like an absolute cinema moment. It would be wrong not to call this a trophy move, and it checkmates White. White opens up the game with, can you call me a taxi at 7 a.m. tomorrow, ? As a message to their dad, which is a perfectly reasonable and a book move. Black responds to this with, okay, which is as dad as it gets. At least the answer is yes, so it's a great move. Or is it? White hits back with, thanks dad, using good mannerisms like a good boy. Or girl, but that would have been weird to say. Let's just say a good move instead. Thumbs up is the response from Black, as dad in fashion followed up the most hilarious Ragebait ever. You're a taxi. This is a brilliant move without a doubt, and forks the king and queen, forcing White to resign the game. Good luck getting a taxi now, bitch. White kicks a debate off with, Donald Trump is my favorite person in the entire world, and I'll let you state your opinion in the comments. For now, this is a book move though. Black replies, cool, I disagree, BT, cool. A respectable move from Black, making their voice heard but not invalidating the opinion of the opposition. Black plays a book move here to make peace, but remember, this is a rage baiting video. He the perfect president is White's great move a reply, trying to revoke anger. This is a good offense, creating even more tension between the two players, but the real question is, will Black feed into it or not? Black replies, I know this is Ragebait, buddy, like an absolute genius. Brilliant move. The best way to stop Ragebait is to identify it, and Black just did that like an absolute legend. Not as legendary as me, but almost. On their knees, Ayo, White responds with, it not, I promise, and bro can't even use the right grammar, making it an inaccuracy. SMH, bye, is the closing move from Black, ending a great resistance game where the Ragebaiter failed. Brilliant move.